John, do not stop them, because no one can be with us at the same time they are against us. Either they are gathering or they are scattering. Do not stop the one who in my name was casting a demon out of a person. Today in the first reading we heard the story of Moses. Moses, after he brought the people from Egypt and he is crossing them into the desert, he has enough of them. They were complaining there was no water. They're complaining there is no food. They're complaining there is no meat. They're complaining why you bother bring us here. Who in the world and your God wants us to die in this desert? And Moses said, I have enough of this. And he went to God in prayer and said that, Lord, I need help. I need somebody to help me guiding these people. And the Lord said to him, fine. Select from the 12 tribes men, and then I will come and bestow on them some of your power. So they will help you to guide your people. That was the formation of the judges. Many of you here are reading from the book of Judges. And here we are. Moses now has people to guide them. And while they were in the tent, and the power of the Lord overcome the tent, there left at the door 2 people. They were guarding the tent that nobody can enter. And when God filled the tent with his power, with his presence, he bestowed on them, the 72, the power of Moses. But Joshua heard the 2 people at the door also prophesying. And he went to his master, Moses, and said, listen, Moses, stop them. They are not part of the 72. And Moses comes with a beautiful phrase that I hope you keep it in your mind. May all the people of God are prophets. May the people of God comes to know what God has done for us. May the people of God are aware of what God is doing now for us. And may all the people of God have in mind what God has in store for us. Because that is the role of a prophet. Remind us of the past, make us aware of the present, and lead us with the hope of the future. And with that we go in the gospel today, and we find Jesus in front of the apostles, and especially John, that say, Lord, you cannot allow people that are not part of our gathering, they don't follow us, to use your name to cast out demons. And listen to what Jesus said. No one can be against us and with us at the same time. And here is the lesson that Jesus teaches. Because then he opened himself to tell them, but be aware that you do not give a scandal to these little ones. Although the children are including, but Jesus is not referring to children. He is referring of those people that they have put their trust in the apostles and their successors, and they have misleading them, or they have cheated them, or they have used them. And Jesus today was severe. He was severe by saying, it's better for you to take a stone of a millstone, and you know how big it is, put around your neck and throw yourself into the sea. He was saying that because at the time of Jesus, there was not the Casa Nostra. You know what they do? They put yourself in a cement boots and they tell you where to go. But the only thing is this, Jesus was severe. Put a net around your neck, put the stone and throw yourself in the sea. It's better for you. And then he said, if your hand is an occasion for you to sin, cut it off. Your foot, cut it off. Your eye, pluck it out. It does not mean that we need to do those things, because to cut part of your body for no reason is a sin, you know that. That's why the church today is very angry at people who, because they have 2 children, they go and fix themselves. You cannot do that. But if you are with cancer, and the doctor says to you, your foot needs to go because it's cancerous, and there is no circulation, and you are going to ask for trouble, and they are going to take from the knee down, you are cutting it for the common good of the body. That's all right. And that's why Jesus today is saying to us, if you are an occasion of sin, you better correct yourself, because wherever you are going to go with both eyes, both hands, and both feet, there is a fire that is unquenchable. Some people, they don't believe in hell. Of course they do. Because if you deny sin, that nothing is nothing, they don't think that there is punishment. It's like people today, the only thing that they are very cautious is, don't get caught. But do whatever you want. But if you get caught, then you are going to pay the consequence of the judge and prison. Today we have lost the sense of sin. And because of that we have lost the sense of right and wrong. And we have also lost the sense of judgment. Believe me, at the end of the journey on this life, it's not Mary who is going to condemn you or judging you, or Peter. You are going to be in front of God, and you are going to condemn yourself if you have accepted Jesus in your heart and lived by his message or not. And in order to help us today, St. James gave us a beautiful reading. And here is what St. James tried to say, to reinforce what we just said. Come now, you rich, weep and wail over your impending miseries. The church is not against people who are wealthy. But if your wealth has been accumulated by fraud, you are asking for trouble. Your wealth has rotted away, your clothes have become moth-eaten, your gold and silver have corroded, and that corrosion will be a testimony against you. You say, how can silver and gold corrode? Did you see about a year ago how many of you have stocks? And when you received the statement about a month later, you said, what? Yeah, they can corrupt quickly if there is the greedy of people. And that's what corrupt, because some bankers, they were so greedy that they took more than they supposed to, and they gave to people who are not able to pay their mortgage and their money that they borrow from them, because they want to make more money. The greed of the world today. And then he said, it will devour your flesh like fire. And then he will continue. You have stored up treasures for the last days. When he speaks about the last days, means the day of judgment. Behold, the wages you withhold from your workers who harvest your fields are crying aloud. How many people today, especially we are in the area of farming, you bring these poor people from Mexico and you give them minimum wage. And they're working hard, really. Some of them, they begin at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, and they will not finish by 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening. And you give them miserable. How many people do that? That we need to give people their just wage. If the government is saying you have to give this, and you know that you are making good money, you have to be just in giving what is due. Because they are crying. Because they cannot make ends meet. And they are crying to God for justice.